Welcome to Algorithmic Arguments, folks. I'm your host, the Orchestrator, and we'll live on a topic that's sure to ignite some passionate debates. Which college football program will dominate the SEC in the next decade? This is more than just a question about sports. It's about pride, tradition, and the future of collegiate athletics. Joining me today are four experts with unique perspectives that'll help us dissect this very intriguing topic. We've got Buck, Big Country, Owens, an NFL veteran with insights into what makes a team tick on the field. Coach Ray the Hammer Hamilton brings his wealth of experience in sports strategy and leadership. Darnell, Coach D, Washington will offer valuable thoughts from the realm of youth development and community building. And Mike, Mad Dog Callahan is here to bring that fiery commentary style we're all too familiar with on sports radio. Over the next hour, we'll dive into data-driven analysis, hear from our panelists' experiences, and maybe even challenge some long-held assumptions about what it takes to dominate in the SEC. Let's get started.
Well now, I tell you what, brother, when it comes to predicting which college football program's gonna dominate the SEC in the next decade, I gotta give you my 2 cents. Now, I've been around the block a few times, played some ball in this conference, and I'll be darned if I don't think Alabama's got the goods to keep on top. You see, they've got the resources, the tradition, and the kind of folks coming through that program who understand what it takes to win, just like my old coach used to say, champions are made in the off-season. The Tide's been reloading with new talent every year, and I think they'll keep on doing just fine.
Listen up, kid. When it comes to dominating the SEC in the next decade, I'm putting my money on Alabama. Nick Saban's got a system, big dog. It's like a well-oiled machine that churns out top-notch talent and coaches. They're already one of the most successful programs in the country, with 17 national titles. Their recruiting pipeline is unmatched, and they've got the resources to keep it going. Don't get me wrong, Georgia's on the rise, but they're still playing catch-up. Alabama's got the momentum, kid. They're like a running back breaking tackles, they just won't be stopped.
Let's keep the discussion focused on the SEC and the next decade, no broad statements about conferences or generalities.
Are you kidding me? You think anyone's gonna take down the Alabama Crimson Tide in the SEC? I don't think so, pal. Nick Saban's got that program on lockdown. 17 national titles, by the way, a fact, not some pie-in-the-sky claim like Coach Hamilton's saying. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Mike, Georgia's rising, and LSU's got talent pouring in. Let me tell you something, at the end of the day, it's about consistency in coaching. Saban's still got it, they are recruiting like champs. Their O-line is a joke to opposing teams. Alabama dominates the SEC West, and I see no signs of that changing anytime soon. Can anyone else bring that kind of sustained excellence? I don't think so.
Coach Ray the Hammer Hamilton's claim that Alabama has 17 national titles needs verification, as this seems inflated.
Listen, I gotta give it to you straight, Alabama's been on a roll, but I think Georgia's poised to take over the SEC in the next decade. They've got the momentum, with back-to-back national titles under Kirby Smart. Their recruiting classes have been consistently top-notch, and their quarterback development has been superb. Don't get me wrong, Bama's still a powerhouse, but I see Georgia making a strong case for dominance. The Dogs have shown they can sustain success, and with the way they're building that roster, I'm picking them to be the team to beat in the SEC over the next 10 years. They've got the talent, coaching, and drive. It's all coming together in Athens.
I think we're starting to see a narrative take shape here, folks. Coach D's emphasis on Alabama's recruiting prowess and institutional stability has given him a clear edge so far, but I'm not convinced it's a slam dunk. The Hammer's points about Georgia's rising star power and Mad Dog's warnings about LSU's historical volatility have me wondering if there's more to this story than just one program's dominance. Coming up next, we'll dive deeper into the transfer portal's impact on SEC teams. Can programs like Ole Miss or Auburn capitalize on their momentum? Stay tuned. Folks, it's about to get real interesting. If you're enjoying these insights, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what happens when we dissect the playoff picture.
I think we're narrowing it down to Alabama and Georgia, but let's not overlook LSU's potential resurgence. With a strong quarterback and some key transfers, they could make a push for dominance. However, if I had to pick one team that can sustain success over the next decade, I'd still go with Georgia. Their recent titles under Kirby Smart demonstrate they're capable of winning at an elite level, and their recruiting pipeline seems unstoppable right now. Alabama's reloading will continue, but it's hard to imagine them dominating like they have in the past without Nick Saban. His successor will need some serious credentials. Meanwhile, Coach Smart has already shown he can build a consistent winner. That's why I believe Georgia is best positioned for sustained success over 10 years, and counting beyond just one season's hot streaks or flashy off-season moves elsewhere across Athens' competition itself, with an SEC ranks presently pushing forward against time limits imposed daily, moving fast forward.
Coach Ray, please refrain from dismissing other agents' points without addressing the substance of their arguments.
Listen up, kid. I still think Alabama's got this on lock, but Georgia's closing the gap fast. Don't count out LSU either. They've been quietly building a roster that can compete. You see, when it comes to dominance in the SEC over the next decade, it's about more than just recruiting and coaching. Institutional stability plays a huge role. Alabama's got it, top-notch facilities, resources pouring in, and they know how to win championships consistently under Nick Saban. That's something no other program can replicate right now. However, Georgia's on fire with back-to-back titles under Kirby Smart. If they keep building that momentum and developing talent like they're doing, watch out, Bama. It's gonna be a battle for the ages, kid. These two powerhouses are going head-to-head in more ways than one.
All right, let's keep the discussion focused on projections for the next decade. We need to consider factors like coaching stability, recruiting pipelines, and team dynamics.
I tell you what, brother, after listening to this discussion, I gotta give my 2 cents. Now, I've been around the block a few times, played some ball in the SEC myself, and I'll say this: Alabama's got a lot going for him, but Georgia's on the rise. Coach Saban's done an incredible job. No doubt about it, 6 national titles ain't nothing to sneeze at. But Kirby Smart's building something special in Athens, and them dogs are hungry. I think it's gonna be a battle for years to come, but if I had to pick one team that could dethrone Bama, I'd say Georgia's got the talent, the coaching, and the drive to do it. And that's just the truth of it.
Listen up, kid. As a former NFL linebacker and sports analyst, I'm telling you that Alabama's got this. Saban's system is built to last, like a well-oiled machine. 6 national titles. That's not luck, that's dominance. Now, I know Coach Smart's doing some great things at Georgia. He's building a powerhouse there. But can he sustain it over the next decade? That's the question. Alabama's got depth, kid. They've been through the ringer and come out on top. Unless someone comes in and shakes up the whole SEC landscape, Bama's gonna be hard to dethrone. The big dog is Georgia. They're hungry, they've tasted victory, but they need consistency. Until I see them win 5 to 6 championships over a decade like Saban has done multiple times at Alabama, I'm not counting out Bama just yet. You gotta give respect where it's due. Nick's got the blueprint and now all you can do is execute it moving forward.
I think we're narrowing our focus too much on Alabama and Georgia, but I still believe those two are at the forefront. What I've learned from this discussion is that consistency, particularly in coaching, seems to be a crucial factor. Kirby Smart has built an impressive foundation at Georgia, recruiting top talent while sustaining a high level of performance. Meanwhile, Nick Saban's departure looms large. No one can replicate his 6 national titles, but the question remains whether Alabama can adapt without him. Based on my expertise in youth development and community building, I've observed how programs like Alabama have successfully created pipelines for young athletes to grow into top recruits. Considering these elements, I firmly believe Georgia is well positioned to challenge Alabama's dominance. Their consistent recruiting success under Smart positions them as a serious threat to claim the SEC throne over the next decade.
Are you kidding me? Let me tell you something, folks, when it comes to dominating the SEC in the next decade, there's only one team that's consistently proven they can get it done: Alabama. Nick Saban's got 6 national titles, for crying out loud. That's not just a coincidence, it's a trend. And don't even get me started on his recruiting abilities. The man's been stockpiling talent like it's going out of style. Now, I know Coach D and others are gonna say Georgia's got a shot with Kirby Smart at the helm, but let me tell you, Chief, Saban's still got it. At the end of the day, Alabama's culture of winning is unmatched in the SEC. They've set the bar so high that even their own expectations are suffocating. I'm not saying Georgia won't give them a run for their money, but to say they're gonna supplant them, that's a Hail Mary pass, pal.
As we wrap up this episode of Algorithmic Arguments, let's distill the essence of our discussion on which college football program will dominate the SEC in the next decade. We saw compelling arguments from all sides, but what stood out was Darnell, Coach D, Washington's emphasis on Alabama's sustained recruiting excellence and institutional stability, a potent combination that has allowed the Crimson Tide to adapt and thrive even as the landscape of college football shifts. His points about Nick Saban's successor having a clear blueprint for continued success resonated with many of you, our viewers, earning him the top score tonight. I'd like to thank Coach Ray the Hammer Hamilton for shedding light on Georgia's defensive prowess, Mike Mad Dog Callahan for his spirited defense of LSU's explosive offense, and Buck Big Country Owens for highlighting the rising stars in the SEC West. Your insights have given us much to consider as we look ahead to the next decade of SEC football. If you enjoyed this episode, please do like the video and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking discussions. Hit that notification bell so you're always in the loop when new content drops. We've got some fantastic episodes lined up. Until next time, I'm the Orchestrator, signing off.